Okay, interesting question. So my role currently is a team lead / tech lead in Dreamix in the delivery department. And what made me choose the role was my passion for solving problems in engineering, basically. Tricky question. Many things motivate me, but I think the biggest one is just making things work. So let me tell you what that means. It's when you build a lot of small parts and you put them together and then you see them come alive as a single unit and they work and people are happy that they work. That really brings me joy. So I guess this is part of my engineering background that kind of motivates me. The project I'm most proud of, or I would say is most memorable for me, was the one that I've been the most, of course. And I've been the most there because I started as a mid-developer, just a normal engineer, and I managed to climb up and become a leader in the project and build brand new products, support old systems, phase them out, basically do the whole engineering journey in just a single project. So that's probably why it's most memorable for me, because I learned a lot. That's always a funny story I say. It's actually a pretty interesting one. So when we started this big project I mentioned, we had a big problem. Our client had basically a couple of trucks every day waiting at customs border for days simply because the files were not processed on time in our system. And you can imagine this is quite expensive. So we looked into it and we found out that we had a piling backlog of documents. I think it was like 20,000 per day coming in, and they just kept growing, right? We couldn't process all of the volume in one day, and that's why we had trucks waiting, and that was a big problem. So what we decided to do is we had to fix it. So how do we fix it? We get into the messy code, and it was pretty bad. But then we see a very small piece of code, literally a one-liner, where you just connect two separate tables in the database. I just switched the way we connect tables to start from the smaller one rather than the bigger one. And we went from 12 minutes of processing a single document to 40 seconds by just doing one switch. So that was pretty amazing. Eventually we scaled down, actually we optimized the processing from 40 seconds to 8 seconds, then to 3 seconds. So we managed to clear the backlog, which kept piling for months, I think in a couple of hours. So then we basically fixed the problem with the trucks waiting at the border. Well, that was pretty amazing for us to do. That's actually a question I constantly think about, because I'm always trying to figure out what is the thing that makes you better, more valuable. And I think, for me at least, it's strive for mastery. I think in all parts of life, being all-rounded and being able to have proficiency in different domains and be able to look at problems from different angles is always super helpful. And in engineering especially, this becomes very prevalent, because you basically can look at a certain problem from different angles, and then you can actually take a more informed decision. And the more well-rounded and the more proficient you are in this, the more value you can bring to our customers. So I think striving for mastery is, for me, the biggest one. As a self-taught engineer, I would just give you one core advice. Learn the discipline to learn on your own. So why am I saying this? When I was in, not high school, it's actually university, I realized that with my degree, I can't do anything. I can't work anything, and I'm pretty much useless, at least that's how I felt. So I decided that until I graduate, I had a year and a half for my master's degree. I'm gonna study every single day, forcefully, forcing myself to learn and read books until I learned the thing I wanted to learn. And I probably sounds barbaric to some people, but it really helped. It built great discipline in me. And I can tell you that just after 1 year of reading here and there, like a couple of hours a day maximum, I was so far ahead that I graduated, found a job in less than a week, and ever since then I never stopped working, never stopped learning, so it's been a great journey for me. So I would recommend doing this. Favorite Dreamix moment? I would say going skiing in a villas in the mountain, basically. We had an organized event where we went to a skiing destination where the actual villa and hotel were at the top of the mountain peak. So you had to go there with the lift and you couldn't go there by car. So after the lift stopped working, you had to stay there and you couldn't move. And it was a great experience because it was basically all of us being in the same cabin. Outside, it's snowing, you're right on the track, you have the fireplace, you have the good food, you have the nice company, and it's just an amazing moment. So it was pretty fun for me, and it's really enjoying.